My name is Emma. I'm 32 years old, and I've been married to Mark for 6 years. We live in a small house in Chicago. I found my husband's secret box in our attic last Tuesday. Inside were love letters he'd been writing for 3 years to a woman named Sarah. But Sarah wasn't his mistress. The truth was so much worse. Our marriage was fine. We didn't fight, but we didn't really talk much either. For the past year, I could feel it. Something was off. Mark would come home from work and disappear into his office for hours. He'd stare at his phone with this sad look on his face. And when I asked him what was wrong, he always said the same thing. Nothing. Just tired. Last Tuesday, Mark left for a business trip to Boston. 3 days. I decided to finally clean out our attic. We'd been putting it off forever. That's when I found it. A wooden box hidden behind old Christmas decorations. Locked. My heart started pounding. I used a screwdriver and broke it open. Inside were dozens of letters, all in Mark's handwriting, all addressed to Sarah. My heart was racing. I opened the first one, dated 3 years ago. Dear Sarah, I saw a little girl at the park today. She had your eyes. I had to leave because I couldn't stop crying. I miss you so much. It physically hurts. I felt sick. Mark had a child with someone named Sarah, and he never told me. I grabbed another letter. Then another. Sarah, Emma asked me again today why we don't have kids. I didn't know what to say. How do I tell her the truth? My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the paper. We'd been trying to get pregnant for 2 years. Every month, negative. Every month, Mark would hold me while I cried. But now I wondered if he even wanted a baby with me. I spent the entire night reading every single letter. Some were short, just a few sentences. Others were pages long. One letter said, I went to see you today. I brought white roses. Your favorite. A man was there with his daughter. She looked about 7. The age you'd be now, 7 years old. Mark had a 7-year-old daughter named Sarah somewhere out there. I thought about every lie, every time he said he was working late, every business trip. Was he visiting her? Sending money? Did Sarah's mother know about me? I called Mark's phone. It went straight to voicemail. I texted him. Call me now. 3 hours passed. No response. The next morning, I did something I'm not proud of. I went through Mark's laptop, his emails, his bank statements. I found payments, every month for the past 3 years. $500 to Oakwood Memorial Gardens. That didn't sound like child support. It sounded like, I Googled it, Oakwood Memorial Gardens, a cemetery, 20 minutes from our house. My brain couldn't process it. Why would Mark be paying a cemetery? Unless Sarah wasn't his daughter. Unless Sarah was dead. I drove to Oakwood Memorial Gardens that afternoon. My hands were gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. I walked through rows and rows of headstones, reading names, and then I found it, a small white headstone with pink flowers around it. Sarah Rose Mitchell, born March 15, 2018, died March 17, 2018. Our angel gone too soon, 2 days old. I fell to my knees in the grass. Sarah wasn't Mark's secret child from another woman. Sarah was our child, the baby I never knew existed. I sat there for over an hour, staring at that headstone, trying to understand. Mark and I started dating in 2017. We got married in 2019, which meant Sarah was born before we got married. But I was never pregnant. That's when I realized the truth was even more complicated than I thought. When Mark came home from Boston, I was sitting in the living room. The box was on the coffee table. He saw it and stopped in the doorway. His face went completely pale. Emma, who is Sarah? I asked. My voice was steady, but inside I was screaming. He sat down slowly. He wouldn't look at me. Tell me the truth, Mark, all of it. He took a deep breath. Before I met you, I was engaged to someone else. Her name was Rachel. My heart stopped. Rachel got pregnant. We were so happy. We picked out the name Sarah, we painted the nursery, we had everything ready. But something went wrong during the delivery. Sarah was born 2 months early. She lived for 2 days, and then she was gone. Tears were streaming down his face. Rachel couldn't handle it. She blamed herself. She blamed me. 6 months later, she left. I never saw her again. I felt like I'd been punched in the chest. Why didn't you tell me? I whispered. Because I was scared, he said. When we started trying for a baby, I was terrified. What if the same thing happened? What if I lost another child? What if I lost you too? So you've been lying to me for 2 years. I wasn't lying, I couldn't say it out loud. I thought if I wrote the letters I could work through it. I could be ready to try again. I stood up, shaking with anger and hurt and confusion. You should have told me, Mark. You should have trusted me. I know, he said quietly. I know. That's when I told him. I went to the doctor last week while you were in Boston. Mark looked up at me. I'm pregnant, Mark. 8 weeks. His face went from shock, to fear, to something I couldn't read. He didn't say anything for a long time, then he started crying. Really crying. I can't lose another one, Emma. I can't. I sat down next to him and took his hand. You won't, I said. But I need you here, really here, not hiding in the past, not writing letters to a daughter you lost. I need you to fight for this baby, for our family, with me. He held me tight. We both cried. The next day, we went to Oakwood Memorial Gardens together. I met Sarah for the first time. Mark brought white roses. I brought a letter I'd written the night before. Dear Sarah, I'm going to be a mom soon. I'm terrified, but I wanted you to know you'll always be part of our family. Your dad loves you so much, and I promise I'll take care of him and our baby. We'll tell them about you, about their big sister who's watching over them. I placed the letter on her headstone. Mark took my hand. Thank you, he whispered. We don't talk about Sarah every day, but she's there, in the way Mark touches my growing belly, in the nightlight we bought for the nursery, in the middle name we chose. Grief doesn't just disappear, it becomes part of you, part of your story. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let someone see your broken pieces and trust them to help you heal. Our baby girl was born healthy last month, 7 pounds, 4 ounces. We named her Olivia Sarah Mitchell, and every year on March 17th, we'll bring her to meet her big sister. Because love doesn't end, it just grows bigger. If you enjoyed this story, thank you for listening until the end. Please hit the like button and subscribe to Classical English Stories. You can listen one more time to understand it better. A new story is coming soon, and it will be even more touching. More emotional journeys, more life lessons, more beautiful stories are waiting for you. Your support helps us create more meaningful content like this. See you in the next one.